we are getting towards the end of the season now, and this is where the grid starts to get closer, as Milian Brulez has taken pole here for the French Grand Prix. Namzar way far back behind his teammate, who is going to probably gain on him in the championship if the race was finished like this. But below, further down the grid, Red Boy not able to make it into Q3, neither does Safraz and Akari. The second BMW of Monkey and Cloud also failing to make it out of Q2. At the back of the grid, once again, it's Zanchi. We are about to start the French Grand Prix here, as all we wait for is those 5 little bright red lights. And the French Grand Prix is underway immediately. Brulez shifting over to the right hand side of the track to defend and cover off from the Mercedes, and it works as he's clear through turn 1 into turn 2. They go, and it's going to be Verstappen in the Porsche trying to get a move on the Mercedes. He gets ahead. Could he potentially make a move down into the hairpin as he's still side by side, but Delard coming back with that slipstream from the Williams, and it looks like he's going to make an overtake, and he's going to go on the inside as they make their way into the hairpin. He goes for the dive bomb and he makes the lunge and he gets the move. Namzar picks up a 5-second penalty, and further back there is still cars going side by side. Brulez trying to claim that place back from the Mercedes as they go into the first chicane, and he takes it all the way around the outside, and as they go into the long left-hander here, Delard gets him back on the inside and is clear up ahead. In behind is still the Porsche of Verstappen in P3. Your boy further back, losing out to Safraz even, and Summerfu up in P4, just sitting behind that Porsche as they move through. Milian Brulez again trying to go side by side. He gets the move back up into P1 on the softer tyre as they go into the last 3 corners now. Milian Brulez on the inside, Delard on the outside. They're still battling here. Verstappen in the background trying to capitalise on something here as they make their way through the final corner, and Brulez will lead after 1 lap here in France. Summerfu now trying to make a move on possibly 4 cars. They go down into the hairpin, but Namzar and Delard both pull out here trying to make the dive bomb, and they both move up into positions 1 and 2. It's a Mercedes 1-2 once again, and they lead at the front of this Grand Prix in France. Making their way through the final corner, all very safely but close to the wall, and there's yellows in sector 3. Temilolua, he's crashed and he's gone into the pit lane wall. He's spun it at the final corner and he's out once again in this Grand Prix for Audi. Trying to make overtakes through those final few corners, he makes the move around the outside. Yucatan also trying to get back up into P3. There's more yellows back in sector 3 back there, and it's Red Boy. He's out. The Red Bull has crashed it. The second person to fall a victim to that chicane. Very tricky to traverse, and he's out of this one. And Verstappen down the inside of the McLaren of your boy, and he moves up into P5. They're still side by side making their way down here. Your boy claims the position, but Summerfu, he also be looking to claim position, this one from the Audi, to secure that P3 spot, and he takes it all the way around the outside, and they go down the inside there. And as they make their way down to the final few corners, they are still side by side. Brulez in behind, he's dropped off from pole position. Your pole sitter down the positions into P7. Yucatan reclaims that P3 spot from Summerfu, and they're all going to be following him through these final couple of corners. And Monkey on Cloud has really gained up a few places. He's up to P8 now that his teammate has come into the pits. Skittles from those soft tyres. We saw it last time. He went for that very aggressive undercut. It didn't really work out last time. Could it work out this time? He's going to pit on for the hard tyres once again, and it looks like Zanchi is also going to pit for new tyres. Up in third in his home race, making his way through the final corner onto the straight. They're all trying to follow him, trying to get in. Brulez right behind Verstappen now. Could he make an overtake? And that's Akari. He's hit the wall and he's gone off the track and he's out. Another person out at that final corner. He's crashed it right into the barriers at the right. Really been gaining on Namzar ever since Namzar's tyres started dropping off, but here is Yucatan. He's going for the move on your boy for 3rd place, and he slammed it right into the barriers. The McLaren coming into the pits, and Verstappen in the Porsche also having a collision of his own. Monkey on Cloud flipping over and clattered into by the Audi, and in the background more cars flipping everywhere. It's an absolute pile-up here at the final corner. Both Porsches sideways on track, trying to find their way back on to the racing line, and further up there's more cars getting out of this Grand Prix, but somehow the virtual safety car is out, and Yucatan has survived that despite starting that whole mess up at the front. Nubert Nunes, Monkey on Cloud, HLP, and Vesteo all out of this one. Both Porsches having great races. Right on the back of his teammate now, who I think is coming into the pit lane right as he gets passed by his teammate Namzar off of those worn soft tyres. Delbold will have to continue for an extra lap, while in the background Summerfu could even get the undercut on the Mercedes of Namzar as he's about to go through the final few corners. Namzar just getting those medium tyres on. Summerfu rounding that final corner, and Namzar on the straight. Will he get overtaken by the McLaren? You can see him on the left hand side, and he's been undercut, and Summerfu now is the net race leader of the French Grand Prix. Brulez right behind your boy now. He's very close, closer than last time he was, and he's going for the move down the inside. He's going to go for the ultra lunge. They make a bit of contact through the hairpin, and your boy retaining the position all the way around the outside, but that was very close racing between the two of them. Delbold now into the pit lane, and Summerfu and possibly Namzar could both make the overtake on him as he puts on another set of medium tyres. Those will not come to the end, so he's going for the two-stop, and it looks like Summerfu, he's now on the straight. He's passed Delbold already. He's back up. Not back up, he's in to P1 for the first time in this race on track, and behind him is Namzar. He has got the greater speed here as they make their way onto the longest straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar, I'm pretty sure, and he's going to have DRS on his teammate, on his championship rival. Will he go for the move before they even get to the hairpin? It looks like he's right behind him now. He's both on the medium tyres, and he shifts over to the inside line, and down the inside he goes from his teammate. He's very shaky outside the exit of that corner, and Delbold gets back up alongside him as they go into the first chicane. Delbold on the inside, and he's forced his teammate onto the gravel, but Namzar is just able to hold it through that left-hander. But it's Delbold's turn to activate that DRS's rear wing is open as they make their way down to the second chicane. This chicane is much more tighter, so there's not really much room for two cars to go, and Delbold gets ahead, and he moves ahead, far ahead of his teammate. He's back up into P2 in this race. Delbold once again trying to get back at his teammate, and there's Milian Brulez forcing your boy off the track. Very tight there, very close between those two, almost into the wall for your boy. He goes back down the inside trying to muster up a move any way he can, but he's going to have to follow Brulez through here as they both make the overtake on Skittles for a minute, but Skittles pulls away, but that surely might be reviewed. Almost crashed right into the barrier there for your boy as they both have DRS. Your boy on the inside, but he has to yield and sit behind Brulez for another lap. Your boy, he's very close now to the Williams, and he's going to take it round the outside of turn one. What a move it is from the Frenchman. He moves up into P5 and is now chasing down Skittles. Namzar now making them overtake for the race lead. He's back up into first after dropping to P3 earlier. On the inside of Skittles, he's got the DRS, he's got the overspeed. Will he go for the dive bomb on the McLaren? He's very close there, and he's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. He's just tapped the back of the Frenchman, and he's been... Summerfu now into the pit lane. He is coming off of those worn soft tyres onto another set. Namzar, the next car to come in and pit for some fresh soft tyres as well as Summerfu. He's going to come out ahead of Summerfu though by quite a margin, but he'll have to work hard to overtake the cars ahead, and Summerfu really needs to get going if he wants any chance at the race win, which looks so in the bag just a few laps ago. Namzar making that final overtake before his teammate. He's got the move on your boy, but Skittles, he's going to look for the overtake on Brulez. Is very close there. He squeezes him to the inside and through the right-hander. It's going to be Skittles hitting the barrier. His car can't take it, and he parks it up in the pit lane to stop the car. Moving very fast here. He's gaining massively on his teammate who's pit in for fresh tyres. He's got a brilliant undercut on the South African, and all he needs to do is hold it out for the rest of this race. But could Summerfu move up into second as well? Delwald exiting the pit lane. Summerfield has to lift just for a brief moment, but he's going to go around the outside, and he's squeezing in to the inside of the track is Delwald, and they move through turns 2 and 3 as they make their way down the straight. Delwald has the DRS and the battery, and it's very close between the two of them, but Delwald makes the overtake. On the penultimate lap, it was very close between them two, but as we move on to the final lap, Delwald will have the superior amount of grip and the better on the battery, as Namzar very shaky through that last corner. Namzar has fallen behind already as they both burn their battery, moving through turn 1 and through turns 2 and 3, and Namzar will just about stay in the DRS of his teammate, and it's the final lap, and this championship battle is heating up. It's a last lap scrap between these two, the South African against his teammate in second place, Namzar. Will he go for the move? And the championship could be decided by this, and he goes down the inside, almost making contact, and there's a collision further back. Grace Hunter not involved in that. LeBron James is, and it's going to be the McLaren of your boy, and so is Yucatan. He spun it out coming out of that corner, and so is the Williams. He crashes into him. Brulez making the move, and he's come off the track, but he's managed to keep it on all 4 wheels as they make their way back onto the circuit. But we focus all our cameras to this battle at the front. It's going to be Namzar against Delwald on this final lap here. Delwald looks like he's just about breaking away, and it looks like he's going to win this race. It's just a bit too little, too late from Namzar, the Pakistani against the South African, and the South African has come out on top today. And as he rounds the final 2 corners, we will be saying that he's going to come home to win the Grand Prix in France. But into the... oh, Namzar's out! He crashed it at the final corner of the final lap here in France, and that is very crucial for the championship, meaning Delwald will get a huge margin over his teammate, and that means Summerfield will move up to second. Your boy will get his podium at his home race, but that is just disappointment for the Mercedes, the second Mercedes in the pit lane now.